For the last 5 years, we've been watching horror movies every day during the Halloween season and gathering data on these movies and how we feel about them to compile them in an elaborate and ever growing spreadsheet. This year, we decided to share our journey with you. Welcome to our halfway to Halloween week. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
What the fuck? Welcome.
Welcome.
That was good.
Welcome.
Welcome to our halfway to Halloween week. This is day one. Today, we're watching The Substance. Now, this movie came out, we're a little tardy to the party. This movie came out last year, 2024. I want to say like November-ish, maybe December.
Came out in September.
Oh, sweet.
Debuted in May.
Di-
But
I don't know what that means. So it came out in September and we didn't watch it. And now it's April. So we're going to watch it now. Hopefully we'll like this movie. I have really high hopes for it. I've heard a lot about this. Very excited because this movie is a horror movie and it was nominated and won an Oscar, which is kind of like unheard of for horror movies, especially something that's considered much more of like a body or like gore horror movie.
I don't think that like body horror is my favorite kind of horror, but
Is because it makes you
that's also
uncomfortable.
only like I feel like we've only watched maybe The Thing that was body horror.
Yeah, and you can consider that like body horror because if you get into like the Saw movies and that kind of thing, it becomes more like the torture porn, like splatter type thing, much more than
Yeah.
it's just like body horror. But it does obviously have elements of body horror in it.
And I don't think The Fly. I did like The Fly.
The Fly is probably a bit more of body horror. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch the movie and then we're gonna come back to you with how we feel. Hopefully, it's good.
That's an egg.
The carpet is so very shining. Okay, come on. That's gotta
That
be.
just is the bathroom for The
Yeah, I
Shining.
was gonna say this is like a very clear homage to The Shining. Crawl, bitch. Holy shit.
Pretty sure she was a ballerina.
Oh!
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I like this is why I got this makeup.
So we've just finished the movie. Immediate thoughts?
What the fuck? I
Um,
knew like there was like a ton of prosthetics because I really vividly remember Margaret Qualley talking about how like the suit really fucked her up. Like she had really bad acne for like a year after because of all
really?
of the prosthetics she had to wear for it.
Wow.
And like it was at a level where like the suit had like the NASCAR like cooling set
Oh,
up in it
really? Wow.
to try to prevent her from overheating. And like being in all the prosthetics almost sent her into like a panic attack like multiple times. So I
Wow.
knew there was gonna be like a lot.
Obviously, practical effects. Awesome. Off the charts. Those were
So great.
amazing. So I
So
think you and I both can fully understand that like why the why this won the Oscar. We have to explain our rating system first. We rate out of from a 0 to 100 scale, 0 obviously being horrible, never like please don't watch this movie, save yourself the trouble, and 100 being like watch this movie 20 times in a row. Please.
please.
We've watched movies that have ranged from 100 all the way down to 0. We've gotten we only have one zero movie which we'll cover at a later date. I do think there are obviously a lot of things that I liked about it far more than like things I notably disliked. I actually my only gripe I feel like with this movie is that I thought the ending kind of went on for a little longer than I had hoped. I think it was, of course it wanted to have this big spectacle at the end of this like gratuitous like gore, bloods, and splatter, but it did it to a certain degree that it kind of kept going when I thought it was going to end.
See,
So I kind of tuned out a little bit towards the end, but it was still everything looked great.
I don't know. I liked it. I it did go on for like a while.
Hmm.
Um, I also like I feel like it was really interesting how there was genuine like I think I said this during the movie, there wasn't a ton of dialogue, like, at all. Like, there was maybe, like, 10 conversations, but there wasn't a lot of talking, which was just, like, it was not, like, good or bad, it was just something I noticed.
Yeah, I thought that was like an interesting choice. Like, and it worked. I mean, until you pointed it out, I hadn't really like super noticed it that much. It
Oh, I
worked
noticed
very
it from
well.
it was a lot of, like, noises, not, like, breathing or, like,
Yeah, and that's another
uh
thing. Like, we'll get into like audio and soundtrack, but the audio design just separated from any music that was in this. The audio design was really good because it
yeah.
made me really, really uncomfortable. Oh, oh. I was very uncomfortable throughout this whole movie during all of these like gory, grotesque effects because they were accompanied with like this really like squelchy, like gross audio design. So they did a really fucking good job with that. I also want to mention that this movie, in addition to being like a gory, gross horror movie, this movie is absolutely a comedy.
What do you do with your dead body that's on the floor?
I don't know, but first you gotta vomit piss. Walks like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Sorry, Dennis Quaid is also very hilarious in this. Look at all these cereal.
Why do they move like that?
I wish every greedy businessman would just like run like this.
I don't think she knows how to. Oh my god, there's two facing her fucking apartment.
No, I think it was a reflection. I think it was a reflection. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Are you positive?
Are we watching the same movie? How are you not dying right now? Everything was super up close and
Zoomed in on
personal.
one person's face, but also you can see the walls,
Hmm.
which
And it
just
made,
makes it look all the more, like, silly,
yeah,
I guess.
it makes it silly, but it also adds to like the uncomfortableness because everyone feels like they're the person that always comes up to you, like the person in your life. Think right now, everybody has this person that walks up to them and is way too fucking close when they talk to you. It feels like that the entire movie. Like everybody is too close to you trying to talk to you.
Like, being pretty lets you, like, win at life,
Yeah.
basically. Like, you have a lot more of an easy time. And there was the bit where the guy wanted to, like, scream at her for building for, like, 3 days straight, and she opens the door, and he goes from screaming at her to, "You did nothing wrong. Wanna get a drink in my apartment?" That guy was so creepy. I don't think that was the point. I don't think that was the point, but he was so creepy.
He was just awkward. I don't think he was really creepy. He was just awkward and really wanted to try and obviously failed. And we don't see him after that point. After that second time where he's trying to talk to her and it ends up being Miss Sparkle.
That was the 3rd time.
That's the third time?
Yeah, the first time was when he came to scream at her about the apartment and her
Mhm.
building. The next time was when it is Sparkle behind the door, but he's still asking her out and he doesn't see her yet. And then the third time that
Oh,
we
I'm
see her
sorry.
is when,
Yes, the third time she just burst out and goes, "Oh, I
no,
also want to
my
stress
brain.
like the vision not just the visual effects, but the stylistic choices of like how certain scenes were shot. Like there are some scenes in here where like there was a scene in particular where I paused and because I wanted to give that another moment. Whoa, whoa. Nope. We gotta go back. First off, I don't know. Maybe I'm like glazing this too much. I fucking love that. This scene's so
Oh,
cool. This is
Good
such a cool
shot.
shot. And this, like, I've seen movies with better soundtracks, but there were a couple times where I was like jamming, you know, I was kind of jamming to the soundtrack. So for me, I gave this movie an 87 out of 100. I thought it was a really good movie. There were some like bits and pieces, like I said, like the ending did kind of drag. But I thought like basically everything leading up to that point was amazing to watch. Little things here and there, like comparing it to other movies, I feel like it falls a little short in some areas, and I was kind of bored at a certain point in the movie, but that's because it went too over the top and like too far beyond what I wanted it to be. But otherwise, it was a great movie. I definitely recommend watching it.
I gave it an 80. Um, I liked it. It made me uncomfortable, like most body horrors do. I think I may have watched the movie with my eyes closed, but it was good when they were open. And it was really uncomfortable when they were closed. And that's pretty. I also
Oh,
like the whole like commentary about like beauty in Hollywood. Like that was really interesting. Um, it makes me all the more angry that I know Demi Moore didn't win. I think she was nominated for the Oscar and she didn't win.
but there we have it. I mean, pretty strong start to our week here. Starting off on an 87 and an 80. Definitely in the higher registers here. Let's see if we can keep it going.
The tomato meter was an 89% and the audience score was a 75.
So we kind of
So
landed in the mark of what people thought about this movie as well. Yeah, overall, I think we agree with each other here. We thought it was a good movie and we should definitely give it a watch. Thanks for watching. Bye.